City Council will meet on Thursday, October 8th, 2020 at 7 p.m. remotely to hold its regular meeting for the purpose of discussing all business pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law, General Law 30A, Section 20 and the Governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing the strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Salem City Council will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and or parties with right and or requirement to attend this meeting can be found in the city's website, www.salem.com. No person attendance members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technology means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the city's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of the proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Agenda and backup documentation to follow. For meeting members of the public who wish to watch, listen, or provide comment, if applicable, during the meeting, may do so in the following manner. Please click the link below that's on the city's website and use the password 162982. Or go to the website Zoom and enter the ID number 88671209771, followed by the meeting password as listed previously. Or telephone. Participants can dial a toll-free number 877-853-5257 or 888-457-4499. This meeting is also live on SATV and is actually being live streamed on Facebook as well. Members of the public wishing to speak on the agenda items must follow the how to sign up for public testimony outlined in the agenda below. Members of the public wishing to speak during the hearings designated as public hearings may do so by following how to participate above. October 6, 2020 meeting, the City Council meeting on Thursday, October 8th, 2020 at 7:06 p.m. remotely to hold its regular meeting for the purpose of discussing any and all business pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the Open Meeting Law. Order that imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. The Salem City Council will be conducted via remote participation.
Just go to page 3, Council, sorry.
Yep, I just realized I read that. October 8th, 2020, City Council regular meeting. A regular meeting of the City Council is being held remotely on Thursday, October 8th, 2020 at 7 p.m. for the purpose of transacting any and all business. Notice of this meeting was posted on October 6th, 2020 at 12:10 p.m. This meeting is being taped. It is live on SCTV. Currently, 1, 2, 3, 4, all councils are present. Councilor Riccardi is moved to dispense with the reading of the previous record. All those in favor? Let the record reflect I saw 10 hands plus my own. I now request that everyone please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance with Councilor Hapworth. Turn to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic
For which it stands,
one nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Public testimony, none. Hearings.
We have an order from National Grid to install 2 conduits on Jefferson Ave, 1 Jefferson Ave.
Council Masil.
Appearing in favor, I think we have Sabita Maharishihi. Do you want to appear in favor at first?
Sure.
McCarthy?
Is that what council, it's council Masilla's ward, correct?
Yep.
Do you have any questions, Councilor?
No, I don't.
Okay, so yeah, we open it up to anyone appearing in favor or opposed.
Okay. Speed, I'm going to allow you to talk. So if you want to unmute yourself, you can go ahead and speak.
This is to provide.
Yep, sorry.
Okay. Sabita Mahabir Shihi, representing National Grid, 44 River Street, Beverly, Massachusetts. This is to provide service to the building presently at that location.
Okay. Any questions from any city councilors? Seeing none, any other members of the public wishing to speak either in favor or opposed to this application? Do we have any hands? Madam City Clerk?
Oh, raised hands.
Seeing none. Council Masillo.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the hearing be closed.
Council Masillo moves that the hearing be closed. All those in favor, all those opposed? Let the record reflect, so 10 hands plus my own. Council Masillo.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that this be granted by roll call vote.
Council Masillo moves that this be granted by roll call vote. Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble,
Yes.
Counselor Dominguez,
Yes.
Counselor Flynn,
Yes.
Counselor Hepworth,
Yes.
Counselor Madore,
Yes.
Counselor Marcillo,
Yes.
Counselor Krasinski,
Yes.
Counselor Riccardi. Yes. Counselor Sargent,
Yes.
Counselor Torio,
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy.
Yes. On the matter of the hearing for National Grid to install 2 conduits on Jefferson Avenue, we have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Further hearings.
We have an order from Comcast to install a conduit at 41 Lafayette Street.
Councilor Sargent, can you help me out?
Yes, I can. Ordered Comcast will install a conduit at 41 Lafayette Street. Under discussion?
We have,
I have a couple of the, thank you, Mr. President, a couple of the neighbors reached out to me when they got the notices for the hearing, and I sent them the information that it was just relative to the conduits were just for Comcast to install cable wires. So after that, I didn't hear anything else further on it. So it's just, it's my understanding, it's just routine to allow cable for this location. So I don't have a problem with it. Madam City Clerk, is there a member from Comcast here?
yes, there is. There's Dave Llewellyn. Dave, I'm going to allow you to talk if you want to, oops, hold on. Unmute yourself. I think I hit the, sorry, I hit somebody else by mistake.
All set?
Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead. State your name and address for the record, please.
Yes. Dave Llewellyn, Comcast, 9 Forbes Road, Woburn, Mass. I'd like to speak in favor of the Comcast petition for the work located on Central Street. We will be locating the existing conduit in the roadway and excavating to place a 3x3 manhole over the existing conduit. From the newly placed manhole, we'll be excavating to place 1 4-inch PVC conduit, 20 feet plus or minus to number 1 through 41 Lafayette Street.
Thank you. Madam, sorry, is there anyone else that wants to speak in favor or opposed?
There are no other hands up.
Mr. President? Councilor Dibble.
Thank you, Mr. President. Through you to Dave. Dave, can you make use of the existing conduit that we had Comcast put in several years ago in the same area? If you're going from Central over to Lafayette Street, are you crossing Derby Street? And
No.
You're not crossing it.
No, all the work will be on Central Street, locating the existing conduit, placing the manhole over that conduit and going into Lafayette Street from Central Street.
Okay, very good. Just a reminder to you and to the councilors, years ago, 30 years ago, we put conduit the entire length of Derby and New Derby Street and a section of Derby Street on both sides of the street, and that was for cable access, even though there wasn't a demand for it back then, just so that we wouldn't have the sidewalks dug up again. But Dave, thank you. Good work.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Anyone else? Mr. President?
Council McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the hearing be closed.
So moved. Under the objection being none. Council McCarthy.
I further move that this matter be granted by a matter of roll call vote.
Council McCarthy moves to be granted by roll call vote. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Dibble,
Yes.
Counselor Dominguez,
Yes.
Counselor Flynn,
Yes.
Counselor Hapworth. Counselor Madore.
Yes.
Counselor Rosillo.
Yes.
Counselor Presniewski.
Yes.
Counselor Riccardi.
Yes.
Counselor Sargent.
Yes.
Counselor Torio.
Yes.
And Counselor McCarthy.
Yes.
That's 11 to no, Counselor Sargent.
Oh, that's what I felt. 11 council voting, 11 the affirmative, 0 in the negative. The matter carries.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Appointments and reappointments.
The mayor's appointment of Alexandra Pinero Shields of 7 Bristol Street to the Board of Registers, who is an unenrolled voter with a term to expire June 23rd, 2020, to replace Alexander Mitchell Minerva.
Council Terrell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for a suspension of Rule 29A to allow this to come before us.
Council Terrell moves for the suspension of Rule 29A to allow this matter to come before us. Seeing no objection, Council Terrell.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dr. Pinero Shields is eminently well qualified to fill this role. The seat has opened up on the Board of Registrars because Alexander Mitchell Univar has been appointed to a judgeship.
Yep, you froze up, Council Terrell.
Council Terrell froze up. I will, if there's seemed no objection, I'll take over for Council Terrell at this point.
He's back. He's coming back.
Is he coming back? There he is.
Now you're muted, Council Terrell.
Yeah, I just had to switch to my tablet, having the problem with my laptop. These things happen, even to people who do what I do for a living. So what I was going to say is he's now serving in a judgeship, and we're suspending the rules here because in this particular case, it's really urgent that we have the Board of Registrars fully up to speed and seated and fully manned in time for the elections that are coming up. So that's our reasons for doing this a little quicker than we ordinarily would.
Agreed. And I may add that I don't know if she's going to be able to join us tonight. She had a medical emergency at the hospital that she had to deal with. So
she was in earlier, but I think she had to cut out. She had a family issue, so.
The only other question I have is to the city clerk, is the term to expire June 23rd, 2020. Is there supposed to be a different date on that?
It's 2022, according to the backup documentation.
2022? Thank you.
Yeah. I'm checking. I see it right here.
Gotcha. Thank you.
We can change that.
Any further discussion? Councilor Dominguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I had the great pleasure to know Dr. Pinero, and I feel that she's a great fit for that position, and Salem should be very, very happy and proud to have Dr. Pinero fitting on that capacity. I also wanted to ask for a seal to Alexander Mitchell, who's actually serving that capacity for many years, and we should recognize his effort and great work that he did throughout his time during his period. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none. Councilor Terrell.
I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilor Dibble.
Yes.
Councilor Dominguez.
Yes.
Councilor Flynn.
Yes.
Councilor Hapworth.
Yes.
Councilor Madore.
Yes.
Councilor Morcillo.
Yes.
Councilor Presniewski.
Yes.
Councilor Riccardi.
Yes.
Councilor Sargent.
Yes.
Councilor Torio.
Yes.
And Councilor McCarthy.
Yes. On the matter of the mayor's appointment for Alexander Pinero Shields to the Board of Registrars with a term to expire June 23rd, 2022. We have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's reappointment of Erica Petty, 11 Simon Street, to the Traffic and Parking Commission with a term to expire October 12th, 2023.
Councilor Riccardi.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move this be granted by roll call vote.
Councilor Riccardi moves to be granted by roll call vote. On the discussion, Councilor Riccardi.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would just like to extend my thanks to Mr. Papetti for continuing his service on the Traffic and Parking Commission. I know myself, I have learned a lot from Mr. Papetti. He is very well versed in his field and a great asset to the commission.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilor Dibble,
Yes.
Councilor Dominguez,
Yes.
Councilor Flynn,
Yes.
Councilor Hapworth,
Yes.
Councilor Madore,
Yes.
Councilor Marcillo,
Yes.
Councilor Krasnowski,
Yes.
Councilor Riccardi,
Yes.
Councilor Sargent,
Yes.
Councilor Torrio,
Yes.
and Councilor McCarthy.
Yes. The matter of the mayor's reappointment of Eric Papetti to the Traffic and Parking Commission, we have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. Matter carries. Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's reappointment of Tanya Dupuziak of 10 Bernstein Street to the Traffic and Parking Commission with a term to expire October 12th, 2023.
Council Madore.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the reappointment be granted by roll call vote.
Council Madore moves that it be granted by roll call vote. On a discussion, Council Madore.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to quickly note that Ms. Stepashuk has recently moved to North Salem, so she's no longer my constituent. The council from Ward 6 had the fortune to have her instead. But I do want to thank Tanya for her service on the commission so far. She's been a great asset as well and has been providing really great leadership for the commission's work. And I look forward to looking her continue to serve on the commission.
Councilor Riccardi.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that this be granted by roll call vote.
Councilor Riccardi moves to be granted by roll call vote. On discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would just like to echo what fellow Councilor Madore said. I am lucky to have her now over here in Ward 6. I've also learned a lot from Mrs. Shallop now, actually, so an address and a name change, and I appreciate her desire and willingness to continue to serve on the commission.
Thank you. Councilor Dibble.
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't agree. Tanya is a real nice person, but we need qualified traffic experts on this important board to aid in the significant traffic problems that we have throughout Salem. Tanya has told me directly that she knows nothing about traffic, is not an engineer, not a planner, and cannot read a plan. We really need experts on there to help figure out Highland Avenue and Loring Avenue and just about every main street in Salem where we have significant traffic woes. In addition, when this board was first created about 3.5 years ago, I was very excited because we've had traffic problems now for maybe 8 years, 10 years or so. And it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse, in particular in some areas of Salem. So when the mayor proposed creating this board to be made up of some engineers, some planners, et cetera, and some lay people, I was excited to have this board come in, and I met with the new chair, Tanya, when she became the chair, right away in her first month. And we looked at the intersection of Jefferson Ave, Loring Ave, and Canal Street for ideas to make that better. This is 4.5 years ago now, something like that. But the way that the board operates and some of the plans that are voted on, several councils have found opposition to what they've recommended, that sometimes it just doesn't work, what they're recommending. And if we had more experienced traffic-related experts on that board, I don't think we'd have the same results coming out. One of these many examples of the board's errors was in Ward 7, in my ward, on Harrison Road, where every single household signed off on a plan to make the streets parking better. We ran it by the police department, and their traffic expert agreed with the whole measurements, everything about it they liked, and it got recommended to the traffic board for their approval. Well, the traffic board disregarded that that plan that the entire neighborhood came up with together with the police and with myself, and the traffic board made their own plan without ever going out to the site, without ever taking any measurements. They come up with a plan and they voted on something that didn't work at all. And we had to change it back to what the neighbors wanted in the first place. So I'm troubled with a board that will do things like this without experts on the board. And I have a high respect for Tanya. She's a real nice person, as I said, but we need people on this board to make traffic-related good choices that will work and help the traffic problems in Salem. So on this one, I unfortunately, I'll be voting against this one. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble,
No.
Counselor Dominguez,
No.
Counselor Flynn,
Yes.
Counselor Hapworth,
Yes.
Counselor Madore,
Yes.
Counselor Marcillo,
Yes.
Counselor Presnowski,
Yes.
Counselor Riccardi,
Yes.
Counselor Sargent,
No.
Counselor Torrio,
Yes.
and Counselor McCarthy.
Yes. On the matter of the mayor's reappointment of Tanya Steppercook to the Parking Traffic Commission, we have 11 members voting, 8 in the affirmative, 3 in the negative. The matter carries. Communications from the mayor.
Waive an order that the sum of $75,000 be hereby appropriated from the Transportation Enhancement Fund to be used towards the launch of a city-wide on-demand rideshare service.
Council Terrell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules.
Council Terrell moves for suspension of the rules. Seeing no objection, Council Terrell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption.
Council Terrell moves for adoption. Under discussion, Council Terrell.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a necessary part of the process of setting up our city rideshare program. Earlier, about a month or so ago, I believe we did the initial appropriation of money that had come into us to our general fund for transportation enhancement. This is an accounting, because of accounting rules. This is basically money that has come in general from the marijuana sales in Salem. By accounting rule, it has to come into the general fund first for us to appropriate it to our transportation fund that we've created as part of our mitigation practice. And so we're bringing this in with one of the plans that the mayor has discussed with us to set up a citywide rideshare service as one of our traffic mitigation measures. So this thing has been in the works for quite some time. This and an on-demand shuttle service is something else that's in works and is part of hopefully lowering our car load over time.
Thank you.
There's also, just to add, there's also money coming in from MassDOT as part of this. This is just the city's portion.
Excellent. Anyone else? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble,
Yes.
Counselor Dominguez,
Yes.
Counselor Flynn,
Yes.
Counselor Hapworth,
Yes.
Counselor Madore,
Yes.
Counselor Marcillo,
Yes.
Counselor Presnowski,
Yes.
Counselor Riccardi,
Yes.
Counselor Sargent,
Yes.
Counselor Torrio,
Yes.
and Counselor McCarthy.
Yes. On the matter of $75,000 appropriated from the Transportation Enhancement Fund to be used towards the launch of a citywide on-demand rideshare service, we have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
We have an order that the sum of $54,694.44 be approved within the Retirement Stabilization Fund Vacation Sick Leave Buyback for a fire department employee.
Council Terrell.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I move for suspension of the rules.
Council Terrell moves for a suspension of the rules. Seeing no objection.
I'll
Council
also
Terrell.
note that, thank you, Mr. President. I'll also note the Ward 4 councilor will be recusing himself from this matter as a finance committee member. But Also, I need to move to amend this. There was a math error in what was sent down initially. The actual amount is $58,067.56.
Could you read that one more time, please?
The actual amount is $58,067.56. So I'd like to move to amend this appropriation as needed.
Council Terrio moves to amend the appropriation to the correct amount, which is verified by the Finance Department, of a total of $58,067.56.
Correct.
Do I have a second? Seconded by Council Dominguez. Sorry. All those in favor of the amendment? Let the record reflect, I saw nine hands plus my own. And bless you, Councilor Riccardi.
Thank you. And I move for adoption by roll call vote. And congratulations to Mr. Arno, who is now enjoying his retirement.
Council Terrio moves for confirmation by roll call vote. Any discussion on the amended amount? Any discussion? Seeing none. Madam City Clerk.
Councilor Dibble?
Yes.
Councilor Dominguez?
Yes.
Councilor Hapworth?
Yes.
Councilor Madore?
Yes.
Councilor Marcillo?
Yes.
Councilor Presnowski?
Yes.
Councilor Riccardi?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes.
Councilor Torrio?
Yes.
And Councilor McCarthy?
Yes. On the matter of an appropriation of $58,067.56 for the retirement of Mr. Richard Arno from the Fire Department, we have 10 members voting, 1 excused. We have 10 in the affirmative, 1 excused. The matter carries. Further communications from the Mayor.
We have the sum of $8,880 be hereby appropriated from the following receipts reserved for appropriation account to be transferred to the Park and Rec contracted services account for the new air handler HVAC and replacement for the golf course.
Council Terrio.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules.
Council Terrio moves for suspension of the rules. Seeing no objection. Council Terrio.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption by roll call vote.
Council Terrio moves for adoption by roll call vote. On a discussion, Council Terrio.
Thank you, Mr. President. Briefly, this is pretty straightforward. The air conditioning system in the clubhouse is being repaired and is being replaced with a new air handler, and this is for Essex County Craftsmen to do the work and put the new system in.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilor Dibble?
Yes.
Councilor Dominguez?
Yes.
Councilor Flynn?
Yes.
Councilor Hapworth?
Yes.
Councilor Madore?
Yes.
Councilor Marcillo?
Yes.
Councilor Presnowski?
Yes.
Councilor Riccardi?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes.
Councilor Torrio?
Yes.
And Councilor McCarthy?
Yes. On the matter of an appropriation for $8,880 for the Park and Rec Department contracted services for the golf course HVA system, we have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. Matter carries. Further communications from the Mayor.
We have an order to accept the donation from Darlene Millis in the amount of $1,350 to contribute to the planting of new trees on the north and south lawns of Post Office on Margin Street in accordance with the Salem tree ordinance.
Council Terrio.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption by roll call vote.
Council Terrio moves for adoption by roll call vote. On a discussion, Council Terrio.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, Darlene, this donation is in the name of Darlene and her brother Richard. They're making this jointly to replace a couple of trees on the post office property. So that's going to be a nice aesthetic improvement to the site. Darlene you can't even begin to list the number of things Darlene has done for this city. Having helped with the tree commission, serving on the school building committee, all sorts of things that she's done. And this is just yet another example of her, in this case, her family giving back. So thank you very much to Darlene and Richard.
Thank you. Council Dominguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have to echo what the good Councilor Wolfire just mentioned about Darlene. I had the great pleasure of meeting her for so many years, and her family and her contribution to the city is very grateful. So we are very thankful in this time of pandemic to hear that she'd made that great contribution to the health of our city. So we should thank her, and I think that reflects on the good spirit that we have here in Salem throughout that. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilor Dibble.
Thank you, Mr. President. I had the privilege of talking to Darlene earlier today, and she asked me to put a plug in. But first, I want to say I've known Darlene Millis for decades, and this is just yet another example of her love for the city of Salem. I had the privilege of serving with her on the tree committee that former Councilor Dave Epley helped create. I thank Darlene and her brother Richard for this donation of the two new century trees that will be planted on the front lawn, one on each side, I believe, of the post office. I think the trees will look great when they're first planted, but they're going to look phenomenal 50 years from now. I will balance the beautiful post office building. Darlene and I both encourage anyone who is interested in donating to the Salem Tree Fund so that more of these trees can be planted throughout the entire city of Salem, to please do so. Please make that donation to the Salem Tree Fund.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none. Madam City Clerk.
Councilor Dibble,
Yes.
Councilor Dominguez,
Yes.
Councilor Flynn,
Yes.
Councilor Hapworth,
Yes.
Councilor Madore,
Yes.
Councilor Marcillo,
Yes.
Councilor Krasnowski,
Yes.
Councilor Riccardi,
Yes.
Councilor Sargent,
Yes.
Councilor Torrio,
Yes.
and Councilor McCarthy.
Yes. On the matter of the acceptance of a donation from Darlene Millis in the amount of $1,350, we have 11 members voting and 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Further communications from the mayor.
We have an order to accept a donation of $1,200 from David Doyle. The donation will be deposited into the Park and Rec Donation Fund for the Golf League.
Councilor Terrio.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption by roll call vote.
Councilor Terrio moves for adoption by roll call vote. Under discussion, Councilor Terrio.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. This is just this is helping to pay for the subside the tee times and that the golf league uses, and the league helps keep that course nice and busy. So, it's wonderful to have the traffic there, and also the work that's happened. I didn't mention this when we were appropriating for the air conditioning, but the work that's happened over at that course over the last couple of years has been absolutely phenomenal in restoring it to really, really nice playing order.
Agreed. Anyone else? I would tell Councilor Dominguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. We also have to say that, during this pandemic, it's like I know we heard from some of my colleagues before, it is tremendous, grateful, and very inspirational to see how people contribute to the need that we have here. And being me part of the Park and Recreation, when I see any donation coming to that area, kind of made me realize how beautiful and how helpful it is to have people like those one that are donating in this specific special time that we're living through. So I want to thank everyone who donated, but I particularly want to thank Mr. Doyle for this very inspirational donation that he made. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, I'll just go, before we take the vote, I'll just say that the course is in great shape. I've got out a handful of times this year, and my kids go out often, and he just said to me, I got a tee time for Monday, Dad, if you want to play. I'm like, I don't know. It's been a long week of work. My knee's killing me, but we'll see. Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Dibble,
Yes.
Councilor Dominguez,
Yes.
Councilor Flynn,
Yes.
Councilor Hapworth,
Yes.
Councilor Madore,
Yes.
Councilor Marcillo,
Yes.
Councilor Krasnowski,
Yes.
Councilor Riccardi,
Yes.
Councilor Sargent,
Yes.
Councilor Torrio,
Yes.
and Councilor McCarthy.
Yes. On the matter of the acceptance of a $1,200 donation from David Doyle to the Park and Recreations Department Donation Fund, we have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative, matter carries. Mayor's informational page, none. Motions, orders, and resolutions.
Council McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the year 2020, an ordinance amending ordinance relative to traffic, Chapter 22, Section 50B, be ordained by the City Council, City of Salem as follows. Section 1, amending Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap zone limited time is hereby amended by adding the following. 1, handicap parking space to be added on Salem Street in front of number 28 on the west side, beginning 4 feet north of the driveway at 28 Salem Street, running north for 20 feet, handicap zone limited time. This ordinance shall take effect as provided by City Charter. I move for adoption for first passage by roll call vote.
Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. This matter came into the traffic department, and Lieutenant Tucker reached out to me, and everything was approved and all the paperwork was in order. So we're going to move forward with providing this individual, this residence, for the handicap spot.
Any further discussion? Being none. Council McCarthy.
Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Dominguez?
Yes.
Counselor Flynn?
Yes.
Counselor Hapworth?
Yes.
Counselor Medora?
Yes.
Counselor Marcillo?
Yes.
Counselor Krasnowski?
Yes.
Counselor Riccardi?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Torio?
Yes.
And Counselor McCarthy?
Yes. On the matter of a ordinance relative to traffic, handicap parking spot, we have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative, matter carries. Further motions, orders, or resolutions? Council Terrell.
Thank you, Mr. President. Year 2020, ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Salem as follows. Section 1, amending Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap zones limited time is hereby amended by adding the 1 handicap parking space to be added on Leach Street on the north side, starting 4 feet from the driveway at 15 Leach Street, running east for 20 feet, handicap park zones limited time. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect as provided by City Charter, and I move for adoption for first passage by roll call vote.
Council Terrell moves for adoption first passage by roll call vote. Under discussion, Council Terrell.
No discussion. This is a routine.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Dominguez?
Yes.
Counselor Flynn?
Yes.
Counselor Hapworth?
Yes.
Counselor Medora?
Yes.
Counselor Marcillo?
Yes.
Counselor Krasnowski?
Yes.
Counselor Riccardi?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Torio?
Yes.
And Counselor McCarthy?
Yes. On the matter of an ordinance relative to traffic, Section 50B, we have handicap zone. We have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Further motions, orders, resolutions? I'm sorry, Councilor Riccardi.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the year 2020, an ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Salem as follows. Section 1, amending Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap zones limited time is hereby amended by adding the following. 1 HP parking space to be added on Appleton Street on the east side, beginning 56 feet south of the intersection of Nursery Street, running south for 20 feet, handicap zones limited time. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect as provided by the City Charter. And I move for adoption for first passage by roll call vote.
Councilor Riccardi moves for adoption for first passage by roll call vote. Under discussion, Councilor Riccardi.
Thank you, Mr. President. Little discussion. This was brought in by Lieutenant Tucker of the Police Department, and it will be submitted as requested.
Excellent, thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Dominguez?
Yes.
Counselor Flynn?
Yes.
Counselor Hapworth?
Yes.
Counselor Medora?
Yes.
Counselor Marcillo?
Yes.
Council Krasinski,
Yes.
Council Riccardi,
Yes.
Council Sargent,
Yes.
Council Torrio,
Yes.
and Council McCarthy.
Yes. On the matter of an ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to traffic, chapter 42, section 50B, handicap spot, we have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative, matter carries. Further motions, order, resolutions, Council Madore.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the year 2020, ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Salem as follows. Section 1, amending Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap zones limited time is hereby amended by repealing the following. Repeal Barton Street in front of number 13 and a half Barton Street for a distance of 20 feet, handicap zones limited time. Section 2, the ordinance shall take effect as provided by city charter, and I move for adoption for first passage by roll call vote.
Council Madore moves for adoption for first passage by roll call vote. Under discussion, Council Madore.
Thank you, Mr. President. This accessible parking space is no longer needed since the resident who originally needed it has moved.
Excellent, thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll.
Council Dibble,
Yes.
Council Dominguez,
Yes.
Council Flynn,
Yes.
Council Hopper,
Yes.
Council Madore,
Yes.
Council Marcelo,
Yes.
Council Krasinski,
Yes.
Council Riccardi,
Yes.
Council Sargent,
Yes.
Council Torrio,
Yes.
and Council McCarthy.
Yes. On the matter of an ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, to repeal a handicap spot, we have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, the matter carries. 11, did I say that right? We have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative, the matter carries. Any further motions, orders, or resolutions from anybody from the council?
One more on the agenda.
Sorry. Council Sergeant.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ordered that the meetings of the qualified voters of the city of Salem to be held in several voting precincts in the city at the polling places designated hereinafter on Tuesday, November 3rd, 2020, from 7 a.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. for the purpose of casting votes in the state elections for the candidates for the following offices and questions. The electors of President and Vice President for the United States, Senator in Congress for this Commonwealth, Representative in Congress for the 6th District, Counselor for the 5th District, Senator in General Court for the 2nd Essex District, Representative in General Court for the 7th Essex District, Register of Probate for Essex County. Question number 1, right to repair, and question number 2, ranked choice voting. And I move for adoption by roll call vote.
Council Sergeant moves for adoption by roll call vote. Under discussion, Council Sergeant.
Being none.
I just want to add that the precincts where people are going to be voting, which are is listed on page 15, I just want to make note of the fact that Ward 1 Precinct 2 has moved to the Saltonstall School, and they will be doubled up with Ward 5 Precincts 1 and 2 that go in Saltonstall. There was a little bit of confusion at the start of the polling process when the sign went out in front of Saltonstall. It said 1-2, and there was some confusion where 5. But the clerk has worked through all those details. But I want anyone who has any questions about where they're is this to adoption? No, it's one. Where their voting place is, to make sure they look in advance. And I'd just like to also take a brief second to recognize the city clerk and her staff. On Monday, they received the ballots from the state right before noon. They already had prepared over 9,000 envelopes for people who had requested ballots in advance. Some went out Monday afternoon, The rest went out Tuesday, and as of the end of the day Tuesday, they had mailed over 10,000 ballots to residents of the city, to voters of the city of Salem. And when I asked the city clerk what percentage that was, if you take into all the active and inactive enrolled voters, that's about 1/3 of the voters of the city of Salem have requested their ballots via mail. And our local post office is processing them by themselves. They're not going to the distribution center and then sent back. They're sorting them themselves down at the Salem post office and making sure that they get to Salem residents. And I just want to thank the city clerk and her staff and her volunteers that made it possible in a turnaround of days to make sure that the ballots, once received, went out so people can fill them out and get them back. Well, however means if they want to put them in one of the drop boxes at our drop locations, or if they want to return them to City Hall in the drop box at City Hall. I think it speaks volumes to the efforts that the city clerk is doing. And I just want to recognize her for it, because when I heard 10,000 pieces of mail went out in basically a day and a half, I was in awe. And I want to thank her for everything that she and her staff does.
Thank you, Mr. President. One quick note.
Council Sugg.
I did forget the last line. Let me read the last line, please.
Sure.
Be it further ordered that the polls for said voting be opened at 7:00 a.m. and closed at 8:00 p.m., and that the city clerk be instructed to post this notice as required by law. No.
You move for adoption by roll call vote?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Council Dibble.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, very well said. I think the city clerk's office does a phenomenal job, as well as I think all of us feel the same way. Just another reminder to the good residents of Ward 7 that their voting location has been moved to the Salem High School on Wilson. Right in the front door of Salem High School, straight ahead, across the hallway is the library for the high school, and that's where we'll be voting from Ward 7. And that's a temporary move, by the way, just so that everybody knows. We should be back to Salem State University next year for the next elections, hopefully.
God willing. Anyone else? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk.
Councilor Dibble.
Yes.
Councilor Dominguez.
Yes.
Councilor Flynn.
Yes.
Councilor Hapworth.
Yes.
Councilor Madore.
Yes.
Councilor Marcillo.
Yes.
Councilor Presnewski.
Yes.
Councilor Riccardi.
Yes.
Councilor Sargent.
Yes.
Councilor Florio.
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy.
Yes. On the matter of an order that the qualified voters of the city of Salem vote for the various offices and questions that are being initiated for this coming election, and that the polling locations, as specified, be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. We have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Committee reports, none. Communication from city officials, none. Oh, wait a second, I'm sorry. Was there any motions and orders or additional ones? None, thank you. Communication from city officials, none. Petitions.
We have a request from the residents of Chestnut Street and all thoroughfares to hold a block party on October 31st, 2020 from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Council Madore.
Thank you, Mr. President. We received this petition from the Chestnut Street neighborhood, and I had a discussion with the petitioners as well as Acting Chief King and Health Agent David Greenbaum, and we determined that the application was more motivated by traffic safety during Halloween night, when there might be children or their families still walking around the streets, as historically it's been pretty busy on Chestnut Street on Halloween nights. So we can ensure that the street's safety is, there are reinforcements for the street safety, and it's unnecessary to put in to provide a city-sanctioned block party, especially during this time when our COVID cases are seeing an uptick, and we have still continually many tourists coming into the city from other states. So we need to be extra diligent. So I will work with the neighborhood on making sure the safety of the street is implemented. And the acting chief has also shared with me that they will provide a kind of citywide traffic management plan on Halloween night to make sure there's enough space for distancing and that the traffic will be minimized in case families still want to venture out for trick-or-treating.
At this point, are you making a motion to?
So I am moving, so I should have made the motion first. I'm moving that this be not granted, that this be denied.
Councilor Medora has moved that this matter be denied. Any further discussion? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk.
Mr. President.
Council Sergeant.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a yearly thing. I know we denied two, we denied one up in Ward 7 and one up in Ward 4. I just can't see how we can worry about a few people at a block party on Chestnut Street when within eyes view is going to be thousands of people walking around downtown Salem. It just seems a little bit hypocritical to say no to these people, yet haunted happenings in some ways it's canceled, in some way it isn't. Nobody ever said haunted happenings is canceled. And there's this weekend, next weekend, every weekend night, probably every night from here till October 31st, there'll be 10 times, 100 times more people walking around downtown that could ever be walking around Chestnut Street at a block party on Halloween Eve, on Halloween night, on the 31st. So these people have done this for years, and I just think we should let them do it again. It is part block party and park safety, but it's worked for them for years. And I don't think that there'll be any more issues with the virus on Chestnut Street than there will be downtown by any means. So, thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Dominguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. As you all know, everybody know, we live in a very difficult moment. I think that it's no doubt that we have to accommodate and try to fit with this new normal. However, I totally agree with the good councilor at large. If we're going to allow what to happen in Salem, in which we see every weekend thousands of people come from different places, how can we deny a tradition that we had already on place, in which I think if we take all of the precaution can be happen with all of these management that we need to have. And I think that if we put it in place, we can have a safe gathering where they keep the social distance and where they wear masks. The same way haunted happens when it happens, the same way we allow the tourists to come in, the same way we can allow those a small group to have their own gathering with all of the precautions that need to be taken. So I'm looking forward to voting in favor of this if this is the case. Thank you.
Councilor Turiel, then Councilor Dibble.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a case where I know from a public safety standpoint, if Acting Chief King and Lieutenant Tucker decide that the street needs to be closed, they'll close it anyway, regardless of any block party. But at this point, I will add to what my colleagues have said so far. Haunted Happenings itself is canceled. All the public festivals, all the public events, many of the attractions that people come to see are in fact shut down and are in fact canceled. We haven't had any of the festivals. People are coming to Salem anyway. They're coming to Salem because in this country, we have freedom of movement. We have the liberty to go from state to state and city to city. And generally we can do that without having to check in at borders. And unfortunately, it's bringing more people than we would like to have come to the city. But it's not because we're out there telling people to come to Haunted Happenings. We aren't having Haunted Happenings. In that sense, we're back to the old days when businesses just did their thing and people came. In fact, if you all saw your emails today in the last day for the city. We're actually coming up with this week with more restrictive measures to try and mitigate and eliminate some of the lineups and queuing that we've seen in various places, mostly in the downtown over the last few weeks, over the last couple of weekends. So, it's to compare. I understand why people on this body, including me, would like to just let these happen. But as long as we're in this state of emergency as declared by the governor and the city, as long as we're under restrictions for how large groups can be outdoors, and in fact, our city has decided not to adopt some of the larger permissions that are being granted to other communities that are in our status, because we're very concerned about crowds and the like. As long as that's the case, I cannot in good conscience vote for any block parties anywhere in the city until we're out of a state of emergency and back to something resembling normal. So I cannot support that, and I will support the motion that it be denied.
Thank you, Councilor Dibble. Then Councilor Madore.
Thank you, Mr. President. The city council rejected 6-5 the last block party in Ward 7 for Cedar Crest Avenue. And that was after the governor loosened the reins and allowed these activities to go forward with a cap of 100 people. So I attended the block party, even though the city council voted against allowing the street to be closed, because in essence, that's the only thing that we're really voting on. Do we close the street for safety reasons and allow the neighborhood to occupy the street and the sidewalk and the front lawns and have a block party to make it safer for everybody so vehicles aren't coming down? Well, the block party on Cedar Crest Ave went forward anyway. I attended it. I wore a face covering. I kept social distance 6 feet away from everybody as best I could, and met with a bunch of neighbors. As they said, it would be well under 100 people. It wound up being about 50, 55 people I counted approximately. And the people stayed kind of in the driveways and the sidewalks in front of their houses. And the children meandered back and forth all around on their bicycles having fun. But the street was open for cars to come right down while people were wandering out in the street. Thank goodness it was a dead-end street with not a lot of cars coming down there. So that's really our only vote here, is to close the street. We can't stop a group from partying on their properties, in front of their houses, etc. But the block party permit allows them to close the street so vehicles can't go down it. And that's all we're doing, and it's allowed by the governor in the state of Massachusetts. So I'm wondering, how can we just, well, I'm not even going to ask that question because I asked this back in July when the council voted 6-5 against the block party in Cedar Crest. So I'll be supporting this because it's allowed by law, and it's safer for the children and people who might be out in the street. They've been doing it for a while. So let's let Chestnut Street do what they're doing, keep the people safe so nobody's hit by a car. That's all. So I'll be supporting this, Mr. President.
Councilor Madore, then Councilor Prosnowski.
Thank you, Mr. President. The email that I received from the applicant, Valerie Fox, this afternoon, after my clarification and sharing my discussion with the health agent with her, she responded and said, this is a traffic request, not a party request. The traffic request can be done without the block party approval, and the acting chief has been put on notice. As I said earlier, he will provide a traffic plan to close any roads to keep families safe on the streets. So this can all be done to ensure everyone's safety without a city-sanctioned block party. I just want to make that very clear. And the applicants are aware.
Thank you. Councilor Prosnowski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Looking at it strictly from a public safety aspect, I believe that Chestnut Street should be shut down from 5 o'clock until 10 o'clock. I really don't care what we call it. I think for safety's reasons, we shut it down. There's going to be a lot more people downtown that there's going to be on Essex Street to worry about. And when you're talking about the safety of the pedestrians in the area of Chestnut Street and the people coming down Chestnut Street on Halloween night, it kind of makes sense to close it anyway. So call it what you want, whether it's a block party or a safety shutdown. I believe that it should be shut down, and I really don't care what they call it as long as Chestnut Street gets shut down from 5 to 10. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Councilor Riccardi, who hasn't spoke yet. Thank Council Sergeant.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to comment, especially when it comes to the safety of children. Just want to remind everyone, we still have our students in Salem Public Schools fully remote due to the pandemic. My 9-year-old third grader is trying to learn math. She can barely, write a sentence and is having to type math on a computer because of this pandemic. So I understand the need for safety, and I appreciate the conversations with the Public Safety Department about closing the street as needed. But to approve a party, there are certain actions that we can take and not take during this time. And I just wouldn't be able to approve that in the term block party. Thank you.
Thank you. Council Sergeant.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, there's going to be some kind of block party going on downtown for the next 4 weekends and other nights too, which is much more larger than any block party. So I still think it's a little bit hypocritical to say no to these people. But, as far as people say haunted happenings been canceled, I've never heard nor seen anything that says haunted happenings has been canceled. And we've called this haunted happenings for the last 20, 30 years. And if there's such an email or such a notice, please send it to me. We have canceled events. We've canceled the parade. We've canceled bands. We've canceled events. But I don't think we've ever said haunted happenings is canceled. So this states on March, St. Patrick's Day, the marathon, Topsfield Fair, they've all been canceled. Topsfield Fair didn't say we're canceling Topsfield Fair, but we're going to leave the gates open for people to come and walk around. They've all been canceled. So haunted happenings is going on, and it is what it is. But I just think it's tough to say no to a few people with a block party when all that activity is going on downtown. So just a clarification, a move to allow the block party would be a move on a no vote on the motion to deny. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? I'm just gonna say that if everyone, we could argue block parties all day and all night, but the fact of the matter is the applicant has even admitted to the fact they do not have a block party. The reason they put an application in for a block party is because they want the street closed for through traffic for safety reasons. And as stated by Council Madore, the acting chief has sat down and worked with the health agent who's not recommending the party. And as a matter of safety, our public safety officials will shut the road down as needed, as we've all heard. The fact of the matter is there is no block party going on. They're not looking to have kids events or anything like that. It's just a matter of a public safety. They'd like the street shut down, and the police department is going to work with them to figure out how that's going to happen. And Councilor Flynn has his hand up. Councilor Flynn, then we'll take a vote.
Thank you, Mr. President. On this petition, is it possible to strike block party out of it and just say to hold the street shut down? Can that be done, or is that something that can't be done in this petition?
In this petition, we particularly grant block parties to shut a city street down like that. That's usually the public safety through the police department and in the police traffic, which would be Lieutenant Tucker and the acting chief. So they'd be the ones to shut it down, and they have that ability to do that. If you had your police radio on over the weekend, they shut a couple streets down during the course of the weekend just because of sheer volume. So they have that ability under emergency orders. That's done to theirs. We've never in my 13 years, we as a council have never shut a street down for other than a block party. The block parties usually come in front of us. Other than that, we don't do street shutdowns. All right. So the motion on the floor by Council Madore is to deny. So a yes vote would be to deny, a no vote would be to approve. Is everyone in agreement and understand what your vote is? The motion was to deny, so a yes vote would be to deny, and no vote would be to not deny. Council Flynn, do you still have your hand up, or?
No.
Oh, thank you. So with my new big screen that's up above me, I can see the hand raise button. It's a lot better. Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Council Dibble,
No.
Council Dominguez,
No.
Council Flynn,
No.
Council Hapworth,
Yes.
Council Madore,
Yes.
Council Marcillo,
Yes.
Council Presnewski,
No.
Council Riccardi,
Yes.
Council Sergeant,
No.
Council Torrio,
Yes.
and Council McCarthy.
Yes. In the matter of the denial of the block party application, we have six in the affirmative, 5 in the negative. The matter is denied. Further petitions.
We have 4 public guide license applications.
Council Madore.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that these be granted.
Council Madore moves that these be granted. Any discussion?
No discussion.
Seeing none, on Council Madore's motion that these be granted, can I see a show of hands, please? Let the record reflect I saw 10 hands plus my own. The matter is granted. Further petitions.
We have 2 drain layer license applications.
Council Madore.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that these be granted.
Council Madore moves to be granted. On discussion, Council Madore.
No discussion.
Council Madore's motion is that these matters be granted. All those in favor? All those opposed? Let the record reflect I saw 10 hands plus my own. The matter is granted. Further petitions.
We have 3 claims.
Council Madore.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that these be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs.
Council Madore moves that these matters be referred to the Committee on License and Legal Affairs. Under discussion?
No discussion.
Seeing none, any further discussion? Seeing none on Council Madore's motion, all those in favor? All those opposed, let the record reflect I saw 10 hands plus my own. Further petitions.
We have 2 drain layer bonds.
Council Madore.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that these be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs and return approved.
Council Madore moves that these matters be returned to the Committee on License, Orders, and Legal Affairs and returned approved. Under discussion.
No discussion.
Seeing none, anyone else? Seeing no one on Council Madore's motion, all those in favor? All those opposed, let the record reflect I saw 10 hands plus my own. Unfinished business.
We have the second passage of the following ordinance relative to traffic.
Councilor Masillo.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption for second passage by roll call vote.
Councilman Masillo moves for adoption for second passage by roll call vote. Under discussion?
No discussion.
Seeing no discussion, anyone else? Seeing none, Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Council Dibble,
Yes.
Council Dominguez,
Yes.
Council Flynn,
Yes.
Council Hapworth,
Yes.
Council Madore,
Yes.
Council Marcillo,
Yes.
Council Presnewski,
Yes.
Council Riccardi,
Yes.
Council Sergeant,
Yes.
Council Torrio,
Yes.
and Council McCarthy.
Yes. On the matter of the adoption for second passage for an ordinance amending traffic, Section 42, Section 50B, we have 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. Matter carries. Anyone else? Seeing none. Council Sergeant.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adjournment, please.
Council Sergeant moves for adjournment. All those in favor? All those opposed, let the record reflect I saw 10 hands plus my own. We stand adjourned. Thank you. Remember, we'll see you next Thursday.
Tuesday, yep. Thank you.
Have a good night.